Welcome to part 3 of our road trip, and as planned, not a lot happened this time. We start in Bakersfield, California. We're driving back to Las Vegas, Nevada. These are some pictures along the ride back, and we'll talk about it along the way. So these first video clips are actually of us driving back from Sequoia National Park. We made the drive almost. I think it was a little over halfway to Sequoia, and found that the road was closed and we couldn't actually go in. So here is the video taken of that day. Apparently we're also taking pictures of places we eat, so we eat here on our last day in Bakersfield. And this is pictures from the drive back to Las Vegas. You know, while I think wind energy and solar energy are really cool and, a really nice step toward the future, I think it really explains itself why California has so many power issues. Because the wind doesn't blow all the time and the sun doesn't shine all the time. So when neither of those two things are working, you're going to have rolling blackouts because you just don't have enough production. So topic for a different day maybe, but I like it. I just don't think it's sustainable. On this trip, my mom had one request, and she wanted a room with a ceiling fan. So when we chose to stay in Las Vegas for 4 days, we got some rooms with ceiling fans. Spending 4 days, 3 nights in Las Vegas was more of a relaxation kind of thing. We wanted to just take a break from traveling every day, nonstop. So we didn't do a whole lot in Las Vegas. We did walk through Caesar's Palace, and that was about it. We didn't make it to the Bellagio, which I wanted to do to see the fountain. And we also were considering going to this tape face show, but it ended up being like $100 a person. And I was like, I don't even know if it's going to be that good. I really don't want to pay that kind of money and then it not be good. So we just kind of laid around and did nothing for about 3 days. We took one day to go through the Caesar's Palace, and this is the pictures and video from that. had to explain to my mom that while it's probably not an issue here in the car, you definitely don't want to get caught taking pictures of these street performers because they are really big on demanding money if they catch you taking pictures of them. That's the whole gig. They want money to be taken a picture of. So Las Vegas is a whole different rodeo. You have to really know what you're getting into. And while we're on the topic, walking through Caesar's Palace, we were hit with a lot of vendors trying to push their sales on people. And my mom has an issue with saying no. She can't go on and like ignore them. And so I told her, you just got to ignore them. You got to keep walking. And so when she tried that, they started blocking her and, trying to pull her back to their shops. And it's like, oh, geez, like, I mean, what do you do? There's nothing you can do. That's how it works. But not great.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Caesar's Palace Drive. Now turn left onto Caesar's Palace Drive.
So fun fact, we parked at Caesar's Palace, so we wasn't really sure how that was going to work. $18 for just under 2 hours, so that was fun. At the end of the day, I talk about all the negatives and point them out, but it was still a very enjoyable trip. I love going through Caesar's Palace. I think it's really unique looking. And it wasn't all that bad. We still had a lot of fun. We took a ton of pictures, as you can see. And yeah. This is the Atlantis show at Caesar's Palace, and a lot of it has music and, just stuff I can't really put on YouTube without getting copyright strikes. So I just sped through until it gets to the good part, and then we have some audio. So here's what it looks like in dead silence sped up about 20 times fast. on our way out of Vegas, we snapped a few pictures of different hotels that we passed. So in our original trip down to Las Vegas, we went Moab, and we were going to go Moab to Page, Arizona. There's a little back road that kind of takes you along the way. But charging is really limited there, and because we're driving electric, we wanted to make sure we had plenty of charging options and not get stranded in the desert. So we went back out of Moab, down, I think it's Interstate 70, and then took Interstate 15 down to St. George. And then instead of going straight from St. George to Las Vegas, we detoured and went to Page, and then down to the Grand Canyon, over through Flagstaff, and then back up to Las Vegas. So this right here, video that you're seeing, is the small stretch of road that we missed by doing the round way going to Las Vegas. So this is going back toward St. George now, on our way up to Salt Lake City. And we discovered something we hadn't seen yet, so we had to get some video of it. Just some few pictures and a short clip of us coming into Salt Lake City. Growing up, I always thought that I wanted to live in Utah, and this visit kind of opened my eyes to, I don't think I could live in Utah. Even in what are supposed to be the small cities like Spanish Fork, Orem, Provo, they're actually really big cities, 3 and 4 lane highways in each direction going straight through the middle. This is not a little city by any means, and the one thing we ran into while here was parking. They charge to park everywhere, and I don't like that. But we did go to a mall in Salt Lake City and met up with a friend of mine, Kevin. You may know Kevin from YouTube. And it was a great time. That's going to close out this week. We'll come back next week with more video, I'm sure. But this one was going to be a short one because it was more of a break. So see you again next week.